Today we're taking a look at which are happening on Monday, March 6, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Boston Celtics vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland has been one of the league's best home teams this season, going 27-7 in its 34 outings. The Cavaliers have also covered the spread at a 21-11-2 clip in those games, so they have been an excellent betting option at home. This is another profitable spot to back them, as Boston is on the second leg of a back-to-back and is going to lack energy against the top defense in the NBA. Cleveland is also coming off a strong performance against Detroit and will be motivated to get revenge for its loss to Boston last week. The Celtics are also dealing with several key injuries, giving me another reason to back Cleveland on Monday. Our team pick is Cleveland to cover. The Cavaliers are in 4th place in the Eastern Conference standings, sitting 2.5 games back of Philadelphia for 3rd place. They are also 1.5 games ahead of New York, making every Eastern Conference game critical at this point. Cleveland has relied heavily on its top-ranked defense this season, as its offense is number 26 in the league in scoring, 112.0. Mitchell leads the way with 27.4 points and 4.8 assists per game, while Garland is scoring 22.0 points and 7.9 assists. Mobley has added a valuable interior presence, averaging 15.9 points and 8.9 rebounds. They are facing a Boston defense that ranks 8th, allowing 112.1 points per game. Our total pick is over. Portland Trail Blazers vs Detroit Pistons. Detroit is not only the worst team in the Eastern Conference, but it is also dealing with a ton of injuries. The Pistons were without 4 of their starters on Sunday and will be without them again on Monday. They are facing a Portland team that is coming off a win over Orlando and is led by one of the hottest players in the NBA. Lillard has been lighting teams up over the past 2 weeks, and he engineered Sunday's win against the Magic almost single-handedly. I do not anticipate Detroit being able to slow him down on Monday, especially when Portland is desperate to win games right now. Our team pick is Portland to cover. The Blazers are 24th in pace of play entering this inter-conference matchup with Detroit. Portland got Anthony Simons back from a right ankle sprain that had caused him to miss 3 games. But Simons tweaked the same ankle in the 3rd quarter against New Orleans and had to be taken to the locker room. He missed Friday's game against the Hawks and is not expected to play in this back-to-back set. The Blazers will get their share of points and coast their way through the remainder of the contest. Detroit is 27th in offensive rating and looking at their prospects for next year. Take the under. Philadelphia 76ers vs Indiana Pacers. Philadelphia earned a huge Eastern Conference win when they ended Milwaukee's 16-game winning streak with a 133-130 road win. It was a big test for a team that has had issues in big games. Joel Embiid and James Harden were excellent down the stretch. They get a Pacers team that is reeling and on the second leg of a back-to-back. Although I expect them to play better than they did in San Antonio, they are outmatched against a 76ers team that is hungry for a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana is allowing teams to shoot 37.1% from long distance, 24th in the NBA. Take the 76ers to win in blowout fashion on the road. Take the Sixers. The 76ers are 26th in pace entering this Eastern Conference meeting. The Pacers in action Sunday afternoon against the Chicago Bulls and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back for this Eastern Conference tilt. They fell deeper out of playoff contention after they lost 110-99 to the bottom-dwelling San Antonio Spurs Thursday in what was an embarrassing loss. With Haliburton out of the lineup, Indiana needs production from guys like Chris Duarte. He had 18 points after failing to score in double figures in 9 of his last 10 games. He was 8 for 14 from the field and 2 for 3 on three-pointers. Both clubs will have issues shooting the ball. Philadelphia is coming off an emotional win in primetime, so they may be a bit fatigued. Indiana is on the second leg of a back-to-back. Take the under with confidence. Atlanta Hawks vs Miami Heat. Miami's defense flustered Atlanta in Game 1, and even if they aren't able to do that this time around, the Heat were able to prevail due to their fundament play with 6 players logging at least 3 assists. Turnovers were an issue for Miami, but they have routinely taken care of the basketball. The Heat should come out on top here with their ability to control the glass and own the low block. Offensively, they will have an edge with their ability to distribute the ball as good as anyone in the league. Our team pick is Miami -3 points. Game 1 had several moments of sloppiness and totaled 35 turnovers. This should be cleaned up and as a result, will result in fewer dead possessions. Neither defense has been too keen on slowing opponents, and both of these squads rank in the top 6 in terms of turnovers per game, a proxy for offensive efficiency. The game will be a bit of clash in styles, as the Hawks hit top 10 in pace, while the Heat fall to the bottom 10. Either way, if the game does draw to a slower pace, we should see the efficiency to get this number over the total. Toronto Raptors vs Denver Nuggets. Denver is on fire, winning 11 of their last 14 contests, but they are not just winning games, they are dominating them. The last 3 opponents have been defeated by at least 10 points, and they have won each of their last 6 games at home by at least 9 points. The Nuggets are now 27 ATS in their last 27 home games and 23.9 Austrian shillings in their last 32 games overall. Toronto has lost 2 of their last 3 games on the road, and it took overtime to win in Washington. The Raptors are 2-6 ATS in their last 8 games on the road and are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games on the road when facing a team with a winning percentage of greater than 60% at home. Denver is tough to beat already, posting the top shooting percentage in the NBA, while Toronto is one of the worst teams in terms of shutting opponents down. Not a good matchup for the Raptors at all. Our team pick is Denver Nuggets at -7.5 points. The Raptors needed overtime on Saturday to exceed the over, otherwise, the under would have hit for the 4th time in their last 5 road games. They've played good defense over their last 10 contests, holding opponents to an average of 109.6 points during that span. The Nuggets have an over-under split this season of 31-32 in favor of the under. These teams rank 7th and 11th in the NBA in scoring defense, and Toronto certainly isn't looking to play at a fast tempo. In fact, both teams rank in the bottom half of the NBA in terms of pace of play, according to dunksandthrees.com. I believe Toronto's outside shooters will be held in check this game against a stingy Denver defense. Neither team lights it up from the foul line, either. I'm siding with the under 227.5 points. New Orleans Pelicans vs Sacramento Kings. Sacramento has been a scoring machine of late, producing at least 123 points in 6 straight games, including scoring 176 against the Los Angeles Clippers in a double overtime victory on February 24. They are hitting 54.6% of their shots in the last 5 games, while opponents are hitting 53.0% of their attempts. There is no denying that Sacramento was going to put up some points in this game, especially against an average New Orleans defense. The question is if the Pelicans are able to keep up with Sacramento at all. They have been held to 105.8 points per game over the last 5 contests, and that is not going to get the job done against Sacramento. The Kings will roll in this game. Our team pick is Sacramento Kings at +6 points. Sacramento has not gone under the point total in 6 straight games and has gone over in 5 straight home games. New Orleans has gone under in 3 straight overall. The game played between these 2 teams in February did go over the point total, with 240 total points being scored. Sacramento and New Orleans rank 10th and 14th in the average pace of play. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair. Look for this game to go over.